We are often told that monsters are the stuff of fairy tales, but if you sink 11,000 meters below the surface, you will find that reality is far more terrifying than fiction. In a realm where the pressure can liquefy bone and the light is a weapon, 5 entities have evolved to rule the absolute void. Today, we descend into the Midnight Zone to meet the true masters of the dark. Welcome to Deep Blue Chronicles. The vampire squid's scientific name literally translates to the vampire squid from hell. Yet this creature is neither a vampire nor a true squid. It is the sole survivor of an ancient order, a biological relic that occupies a world where almost no oxygen exists. Reaching lengths of about 30 centimeters, its velvet black or deep red body is wrapped in a cloak-like web that connects its 8 arms. Unlike its predatory cousins, the vampire squid does not hunt live prey. Instead, it is a master of the marine snow, the falling organic detritus from the upper layers of the ocean. To collect this, it deploys 2 long, retractable sensory filaments that can extend up to 8 times its body length. These filaments act as high-tech radars, detecting the slightest movement and chemical signals in the oxygen-starved water of the mesopelagic zone. Its defense mechanisms are a masterpiece of deep-sea engineering. Since it cannot produce ink in the dark, it ejects a cloud of bioluminescent mucus filled with thousands of glowing blue orbs. This light ink serves as a blinding shield, giving the squid time to vanish into the shadows. Furthermore, the vampire squid can turn itself inside out, wrapping its spiked arms over its head to form a protective ball, a maneuver known as the pineapple posture. Its skin is covered in photophores, which it uses to manipulate its silhouette, making itself appear smaller or larger to confuse any potential predators. This creature is a testament to the philosophy that in the abyss, survival is not about speed or strength, but about specialized efficiency and the mastery of light and shadow. To witness a vampire squid in its natural habitat is to see a phantom from a lost age, a silent guardian of the deep that proves life can thrive in the most hostile environments imaginable. If the giant squid is a legend, the colossal squid is a living nightmare. Weighing nearly 500 kilograms and reaching lengths of 14 meters, it is the largest invertebrate on our planet. Found in the freezing, lightless waters surrounding Antarctica, this titan is built for pure, industrial-strength survival. While the giant squid has suckers lined with small teeth, the colossal squid takes weaponry to another level. Each of its 8 arms and 2 long tentacles is equipped with sharp, swiveling hooks that can rotate 360 degrees. These hooks are designed to lock onto the flesh of its primary rival, the sperm whale, ensuring that any battle in the deep is a violent struggle of titans. Despite its massive size, the colossal squid is an ambush predator. It hovers in the dark, waiting for fish to swim within range before striking with an explosive burst of energy that belies its slow metabolism. The biology of this giant is equally fascinating and terrifying. It possesses the largest eyes in the animal kingdom, roughly the size of dinner plates, designed to detect the faint bioluminescent pulses of moving prey or the massive shadows of diving whales from hundreds of meters away. Its beak is a black, razor-sharp tool made of chitin, capable of slicing through bone and muscle with effortless ease. Because it lives in the bathypelagic zone, thousands of meters deep, very few humans have ever seen a living specimen. Most of what we know comes from the remains found in the stomachs of whales or the circular, hook-scarred wounds on the skin of surviving mammals. The colossal squid represents the absolute limit of what biology can achieve under extreme pressure and cold. It is the true Kraken of the deep, a heavy-armored sovereign of the Southern Ocean that reminds us that the abyss still hides monsters that dwarf our greatest machines. Standing motionless on the muddy floor of the deep ocean, the tripod fish looks more like a piece of abandoned equipment than a living animal. It is a master of passive hunting, a creature that has traded speed for absolute structural stability. Its name comes from its 3 incredibly long, stilt-like fins, the 2 pelvic fins and the caudal fin, which can extend up to 1 meter in length. By pumping fluid into these fins, the fish can stand firmly above the seabed, facing into the current like a living radar dish. This elevated position is strategic. It allows the tripod fish to capture tiny crustaceans and plankton that are swept along by the deep-sea currents, all while expending almost zero energy. In a world where food is scarce and every calorie is a treasure, the tripod fish's sit-and-wait strategy is the ultimate survival hack. Despite being nearly blind, the tripod fish is a sensory genius. Its 2 upward-pointing fins are sensitive to the slightest vibrations in the water, acting like antennae to detect the movement of distant prey or predators. Because it lives in the abyss where encounters with other members of its species are rare, the tripod fish has evolved to be a simultaneous hermaphrodite. Each individual possesses both male and female reproductive organs, allowing them to fertilize their own eggs if no partner is found. This biological insurance policy ensures the survival of the species in the vast, lonely plains of the ocean floor. The tripod fish is a reminder that in the deep blue, the race does not go to the swift, but to the steady. It is a silent, stilted sentinel that has mastered the art of doing nothing until the exact moment when the abyss provides its next meal. The black Seadevil is perhaps the most iconic resident of the Midnight Zone, a creature whose visage has defined the monster aesthetic for generations. This type of anglerfish lives at depths of up to 4,000 meters, where the pressure is enough to crush a steel tank. The female is the dominant figure, possessing a massive, cavernous mouth filled with translucent, needle-sharp teeth that fold inward to trap anything that enters. On her forehead sits a specialized dorsal fin spine known as the esca, which is home to billions of bioluminescent bacteria. This glowing lure acts as a beacon of false hope in the absolute dark, drawing curious prey directly into the Seadevil's waiting jaws. Her stomach is highly elastic, capable of expanding to accommodate fish twice her own size. A necessary adaptation for an environment where meals may be separated by weeks of starvation. The reproductive cycle of the Seadevil is one of the strangest and most parasitic stories in nature. The males are significantly smaller, often a fraction of the female's size, and lack the glowing lure. Their only purpose in life is to find a female. They are equipped with massive nostrils to track the female's pheromones in the dark. Once a male finds a mate, he bites into her side and never lets go. Over time, his body physically fuses with hers. Their circulatory systems join, and he becomes a permanent appendage, providing sperm in exchange for nutrients. This extreme form of sexual parasitism ensures that when the female is ready to spawn, a source of fertilization is always present. The black Seadevil is a biological masterpiece of the void, a creature of nightmare teeth and glowing lights that proves that in the heart of the abyss, love is a matter of total fusion, and survival is a predatory game of light. Rising through the Twilight Zone like a silver blade, the Hatchetfish is a master of optical illusion and extreme camouflage. Its body is incredibly thin and shaped like the head of a hatchet, with silver, reflective scales that act as a mirror to the surrounding water. This shape is not just for aesthetics. It allows the fish to become virtually invisible to predators looking from the side. However, its most impressive feature is located on its belly. The hatchetfish possesses a row of light-emitting organs called photophores that point downward. Through a process called counter-illumination, the fish can adjust the intensity and color of this light to perfectly match the faint sunlight filtering down from the surface. To a predator looking up from the depths, the hatchetfish disappears into the glowing background, its silhouette completely erased by its own bioluminescence. The vision of the hatchetfish is equally specialized for life in the dim light of the mesopelagic zone. It has large, tubular eyes that are permanently fixed in an upward-pointing position. These eyes work like binoculars, allowing the fish to spot the silhouettes of tiny plankton and detritus against the surface light with incredible precision. This binocular vision provides the depth perception necessary to strike at prey in a low-visibility environment. Despite their fragile, ghostly appearance, hatchetfish are among the most abundant vertebrates on Earth, forming massive schools that play a vital role in the ocean's food web. They are the silent mirrors of the deep, creatures that use the laws of physics and biology to hide in plain sight. To see a hatchetfish is to witness the extreme lengths to which nature will go to solve the problem of visibility in a world of perpetual gray, a silver ghost that rules the thin line between the light and the abyss. The abyss is not a graveyard of the past, but a vibrant laboratory of the future, where these 5 entities prove that life can conquer any shadow. Which of these deep-sea monsters haunted your imagination the most? Let us know in the comments below to help our community grow. If you're ready to dive even deeper into the Chronicles of the Deep, hit the like button and subscribe to Deep Blue Chronicles. Click the video on your screen now to explore more marine mysteries. Thank you for watching, and keep exploring the Chronicles of the Deep.